TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond. TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond.
Welcome back to another edition of Talk Show Kings. We having big fun out here in TV 1061 in Douglasville, Georgia. I want to introduce have my co-king introduce himself.
Hi, how you doing? Thank you for joining the show. I'm King Lundy from Macon, Georgia.
Macon,
By
Georgia.
way of Macon, but I reside here in the ATL. Thank you all for joining us.
And of course, your boy King Doc. I'm here, representing the A, born and raised. I want to give a shout out to our executive producer, Mr. Felix Washington. I want to give a shout out to our technical director, Mr. Marcus Given.
Marcus.
And I want to give a shout out to our social media guru.
Absolutely.
Guru.
Who that be?
Miss Barksdale.
Shantae.
Shantae. Hey, much love, little sister. Hey, make sure to join in on us because we're coming at you hot today. I don't know if you guys have heard, but there's a male birth control now.
Yes, it is.
Male birth control, right? You little pop the little pill, put the little pill. No, you ain't popping pills. This is something, you know how people forget?
Yeah.
You ain't forgetting this, okay?
Absolutely.
This is a shot. A shot as in a needle. Where's that shot, minister?
I have no idea, but you
King
can tell
London,
us.
you don't know. The shot is in the groin.
Yes.
And guess how long it worked?
How long it worked?
1, 2, 13 years.
Fellas.
Are you
13
willing to
years.
get that shot? Now, personally, I can't see who gonna make that 13-year commitment. You know what I'm saying? I mean, 13 years is a long time to have that can't have kids for 13 years. If you get the shot when you 10,
Right.
then 23, but
Right.
I ain't letting nobody shoot my son at 10,
Absolutely.
because what if it make him sterile or hurt him or something like that?
Yes.
I just can't see it.
And
So-
especially to you male viewers.
Yeah.
Can you see it? If you haven't already noticed, if you haven't already been watching the news, there's a new contraceptive, a non-surgical contraceptive for male that you are injected with a gel inside your groin, and it protects you from actually having children.
Yes.
It's a birth control for men. And I know a lot of men, Doc, have been waiting for this contraceptive to take place. Well, they're going to launch it over in India. And it's 98%
effective.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. And they launched it in India, and India has how many billion people?
Yes, overall.
Yeah, India has
quite
a huge
few.
population. Now, again, personally, I can't see it,
Right.
but I'm curious how my viewers see it. Hey, Angie, thank you for watching. We appreciate you.
Thank you, Angie.
Miss Angela Gorham, we talking about the male contraceptive, the shot to the groin, that's 13 years effective. Now, my thing is, if you're a man and you know that you don't want any more kids,
Right.
I guess, but I still I don't know. It's going to have to be some years down the line, and they definitely going to have to come off that 13 years.
Yes.
I just can't see it.
Also, if you're a man that you're not using protection or condoms don't work for you, because a lot of men that don't use condoms because they simply don't work for them, Doc, and the erectile dysfunction is pretty much always there on some. But men think about this new birth control that's about to launch, and it'll prevent you from not. Now, keep in mind, it's not going to prevent them for catching a sexually transmitted
STDs,
disease.
exactly.
What it will prevent is your sperm going places, so to speak.
I can only speak for myself, but
Right.
condoms just don't feel the same. Just being realistic, condoms, I mean, you still having sex and you still enjoying intercourse and this, that, and the other, but condoms don't feel just like a woman.
Right.
That's just my personal opinion. I mean, I've tried all of them. I didn't try the sheepskin thing because to me, anything skin got pores in it. Pores are holes.
Right.
So I ain't with it. I'm not trying to, wear a condom that got holes in it. It just don't make sense to me. But
Now-
not all. I guess
Now,
not all
let me ask you
skin.
this, Doc. Is it
animals have-
saying that in 13 years they cannot conceive and get a woman pregnant?
Yes, for 13
Okay.
years.
Okay, for 13 years.
Yes, it's not permanent, Angie. It's a 13-year period that, you get the shot, and for the next 13 years, you ain't got to worry about having kids.
Right.
So I can see the shot because when a lot of us are young, we kind of promiscuous.
Absolutely.
I mean,
Absolutely.
not everybody. Hey, fellas, don't think I'm trying to put everybody in the same category, in the same boat. But I'm saying, when we younger, we tend to, do
Yeah.
our thing, be here and now.
Absolutely.
But a lot of times, unwanted children come out of that, and then a lot of
Yes.
fellas aren't. Nobody in particular. A lot of fellas aren't mature and
Enough,
responsible
yeah.
enough to take care of those babies.
Right.
So this, you ain't having no baby.
Right. And if you do the numbers game, it plays a large role in the number game because a lot of children that are born out of wedlock, a lot of children that are born, and I'll say by accident or unplanned parenthood, this prevents that.
Exactly.
In a way that I think is great for males, young males especially, like Doc said, that are engaging at an early stage of intercourse without making good decisions or great decisions, and a child is born. This will really help.
Most males
Right.
that I know of, we try to be as nasty as we can at a very young age. Just be real. Before you get that first taste, you good. But after that, you ruined. It's like something you got to have. Angie, you said, so what happened if you change your mind in 5 years? Exactly. Is there a counter shot? Is there some kind of countermeasure that turns it off? I honestly don't know. I got to read up on it more.
Right.
But I'm not with nobody shooting me in my private area, especially multiple times.
Yes.
So what if they shoot you and it turns from 13 years to permanent? What if they shoot you and it don't work? You one of them 0.2% that it don't work.
Absolutely.
So you thinking you good and then
Right.
you got you got a bundle of baby with a woman that you might not want to have a bundle of baby with. I want to give a shout out to our kings that weren't able to make it today, King Takar and King Robert. I see
Yeah,
King
peace.
Robert just chimed in. Much
Yes.
love, family. I want to give our shout out to the Falcon Queen. Miss Shoe Game is all that. Miss Janice Bridges. Thank you for watching, little sister.
Right.
We're talking about the 13-year male contraceptive.
Absolutely.
And it's a
Do your homework, fellas.
Yeah.
Just like Doc and I had to study and research, do the same thing. Do your due diligence.
Study to
And
find
study
thyself
to
approved.
find out. Absolutely. Study to find out what's going on. If you know that you're promiscuous at a young age, then you need to do this. This needs to come from you.
Exactly.
And if you do your homework and follow up on it, maybe when they launch it in India and it gets here to the States, you'll be the first one in line to get it.
Think about it. Now, women have the pill.
Right.
Women have the arm thing.
arm-
I can't think of what
yeah,
it's called,
uh-huh.
but y'all know what I'm talking.
Patch.
Depot.
The patch.
Okay, yeah, the
Call it
depot.
patch.
They have the depot shot. They have
Right.
the depot patch. Women have the IUD. Women
Right.
have blah blah blah, so on and so forth. Fellas, we got pull out and condoms. Pull out don't work. So I mean, you could. Hey, some people say they pull out game is strong. I ain't mad at you, but I ain't playing no game. Them kind of game.
Now, men can have Rysug.
Have who?
Rysug.
Well, I don't know what's that. What's that?
That's the name of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the name of the shot.
Yeah.
Rysug.
Risug.
Okay, gotcha.
Rysug.
I just learned something new because I didn't know the name of it. I called it, the shot.
Yeah, that's the contraceptive for men. Rysug. Look it up. Risug.
Much love, brother. That's Robert. Y'all going to stop Patrick Patterson from reproducing since he thinks all black women are bulldogs. Man. Black women are queens.
Absolutely. Beautiful
From
queen.
the smallest to the biggest, from whatever, hey, y'all are the mother of the earth, and we would be nothing without y'all. So, Patrick Patterson, I'm not going to even go into that. I'm pretty sure his mother's black. So, if he calls her a bulldog, that just lets you know what he thinks and how he thinks.
Right.
You can get an idiot in any shape, size, and financial status. So it is what it is. But that's my personal opinion.
And that's either here or there.
Yeah,
we're talking about a male contraceptive.
Yeah.
And we're trying to share some news with you all, males especially, to do your homework and follow up on this particular shot.
Exactly. Can somebody shoot that woman in the brain with the shot? I'm just playing, okay. I'm sorry. You can't talk about black women. See, you done got under my, you done got me 38 hot. I'm trying to be nice and normal and not act like I'm 38 hot. Thank you for watching, Deborah. We appreciate you.
Appreciate you, Deborah.
Yeah, we talking about that shot. I'm curious how many guys would actually do it. Like, does anybody know of a man that would? I'm not afraid of needles at all. I can stick myself with a needle, but I'm not sticking myself in my genitals with a needle. That's different. That's area I won't play with.
I think once you get the shot, then I don't think you have to do anything else.
I don't know.
Then you're like, repeatedly that you have to?
Yeah, exactly. Is it repeated? Do you get the shot and then you have to wait for a certain time period?
We're going to find out for you all. We're going to keep this going, until we follow it all the way to the United States. And we're going to be the first one right here on Talk Show Kings to let you know, fellas, it's here. You can go get it.
Hey, you can go get your shot. 13 years. You can do your thing without. Hey, Toya, Talk Show Divas in the building. Your show was great. I appreciate you. I didn't get to comment, but I did watch. Y'all show was off the chain. As always, Talk Show Divas representing. But back to the topic, the shot.
Absolutely.
What's the name of it again? I'm trying to pronounce it.
It's called Rysug.
Rysug. Probably like pronounced it's being released in Turkey?
India.
India. So it probably has a different pronunciation if you know how to speak Indian. But wow. What y'all think, family? Hit us up.
Hit us up. Comment. Let us know.
Yeah, because I'm curious. I'm real curious. I mean, Robert said vasectomy. I'm not about that. You ain't about the vasectomy, Robert? Why not, man? Just a little snip. No, I ain't mad at you because I ain't with either. But although I know quite a few,
a lot of men
have it. I know quite a few that have.
Absolutely. And if you're not, then this shot will probably be the perfect thing for you.
I feel you. A friend of mine, when he was about to get his vasectomy, I was like, "You ain't scared?" He was like, "Bruh, I don't want no more kids from nobody." So, he's like, I'm more concerned with that than I am with being scared of it getting snipped. I like, wow. I just can't imagine that whole,
I think a lot of men are afraid of the needle.
Yeah.
A lot of men are. If it's nothing but a flu shot,
okay.
A lot of men are.
A lot of us, we will go and fight a bear if it act wrong. But when it comes to messing with our genitalia, we ain't playing them kind of games. Exactly. We be kids. What? It's easier for y'all to get snipped versus us getting our tubes tied, just saying. Yes, I agree. Right. But in my opinion...
Well, how you agree? You ever had your tube tied?
On Thursday. I'm saying, I think that having a baby don't hurt like getting kicked in the balls.
Ooh.
Now, I say that. Have you ever known a brother to get kicked in the balls?
Of course, yes.
Did he ask for it to happen again?
Oh, no.
You ever known a woman to have a baby?
Plenty.
Has she had multiple?
Plenty.
Hey, so I'm just saying, that's a joke. So, that is a joke. I'm not comparing, that's a joke, okay? So don't clown me too bad because I know some of y'all
comments, Talk Show King, Doc.
Hey, I got a joke, I'm silly to the soul. And I get my silly from my mama. Hey, Kings, love y'all. Just keep it real. Hey, we trying, Toya,
Absolutely.
Boy, bye. Come on, Angie. Be real now. I'm just saying. Hey, have you ever known anybody say kick me in the balls again? Nope. But you hear a girl say, hey, I want another baby.
Absolutely.
I ain't never seen hey, I want to get kicked in the balls again. Just ain't never seen it. I ain't saying it don't happen. Maybe somebody into that kind of stuff. But I guarantee you more women willing to have babies than men. If men had to have babies, the world be empty. The race the species would die out.
And a lot of times men are kicked in the groin area by accident.
Yes, and it's still even somebody just barely brace.
Parenthood. Some women they playing.
Exactly. Yeah. We plan on going to break and then coming back with a new topic. But hey, still keep coming because you comment, we'll address what you say. Thank y'all for watching. We'll be back in a second. Not
Are
even
you an indie artist waiting to have your music heard? And are you an indie artist waiting for that all exclusive interview? Well, wait no more. Stoney Love is here, right here at TV 1061 on the playlist. And if you would like to have a seat next to me, please email me at theplaylistnow@gmail.com. And do not forget your MP3, beginning Saturday, December the 7th at 5 p.m. on TV 1061. And are you?
Hi, this is Bill Duke, and you're watching TV 1061, your global network.
Hi, I'm Harry Lennox, and you're watching TV 1061, your global network.
to that. I always sing that song, man. I
Always
like that
sing,
song.
yeah.
I like that song. We was talking about the male contraceptive, the shot for men,
Absolutely.
and I made a little jokey joke, and some people didn't like it, but still, it was funny to me. Again, hey, have a guy ever suffered like a growing pull?
Yes.
Friend of mine, he had a growing pull, and when he realized, or when that pain hit him, all he could do was lay on the trunk of his car and pray, ask God, one of them lies, you be like, Lord, if you just make it stop hurting, I do whatever, I'll be good from here on out. Knowing good and well that he ain't gonna be good like 38 seconds after
Right.
he healed, but when that pain hit,
And if you ever had one, you talking about pain. For men, it's almost like worse than childbirth. to a
Exactly.
woman, because that growing is a very sensitive area.
yes. Now, having a child, okay, I'm joking, because when I seen a woman have a child, I'm seeing 3 children actually born into this world, and I shouldn't have been like humored, but y'all know how I'm super silly. They had gave her the
Epidural.
medicine. No, not the epidural. They hadn't given her the epidural. They had given her the pain medicine.
Okay, yeah.
So she went to sleep, and they give you a thing that measures the contraction. You can see it.
Yeah, yeah.
So when the thing go up, it go up to 10. When she was asleep, that thing get about to 6, 7. Oh Lord Jesus, stop it! Oh Jesus, Lord, I can't. And then it go back down. Man, it was, and I'm sitting there trying not to laugh, but it is what it is. I'm not. Told you I get that silly from Regina Janet Schofield, so y'all blame my mama if y'all
Now imagine
think I'm too silly.
if the majority, or a lot of men were to have the contraceptive, how that would be preventable from women going through childbirth.
I feel you on
and
that
they
one.
wouldn't have to go through that.
Yeah.
If they wasn't prepared to have a child at that, because a lot of women are not prepared to have children during sex. Do you know you can get a woman pregnant the first sexual encounter?
Yeah, you can get a woman pregnant supposedly if y'all not really having sex, but just kind of playing around, being intimate.
That first encounter, a woman can become pregnant.
Yeah.
So imagine, because that's not Planned Parenthood, if they were to have the shot, it would be preventing that.
The 13 years is way too long in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because, okay, it would decrease all the single, not all,
Right.
a lot of single mother instances. However, a lot of times people want kids,
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
That's what a Planned Parenthood has
Yeah.
to take place, because, and I see a lot of professional people
yeah,
getting
exactly.
this a contraceptive.
Yeah.
Because a lot of professional people that plan, to have children, they basically for those 13 years, they take initiative into their career.
Yeah.
They say, hey, after a 13-year career, then we can start planning and having children. You know?
It would mess up a lot of stuff too, because, well, not mess up, but think about the $1 million babies.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can go out here and get you an athlete if you want to, but the athlete done took their shot at. Hey,
Absolutely. Now, let me ask you this question right here. Mm-hmm. Do you think that men, after having the shot, should tell their partner that they've had the shot, or keep it to themselves?
I think that you should always be 100% honest with your woman.
Okay, especially athletes and entertainers that these women go after.
Anybody,
You know.
whether if you multi-millionaire, if you you know broke Joe down on Simpson, if you got a woman, then you should be 100 with her, in my opinion.
Okay.
I mean, but that's how I think. Like,
Right.
first of all, my mind is not good on lying because I can't remember a lie to keep it going.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If I tell you that my car outside,
Right.
and it's not out there, if you ask me 10 minutes later where your car, I'll be like, it's at the house.
Right.
So, you know, knowing that, I got to be 100 because I'm just not going to remember the lie. And then I don't care enough to
Right.
keep lying to somebody.
And I think
Usually
that a
people
lot
lie
of
out of
men-
fear. So
a lot of men probably will, and a lot of men probably
won't.
won't.
I agree.
Absolutely.
Especially if they know that a woman wants kids.
Yeah.
You know,
absolutely.
if he knows that she wants kids and he just wants to smash, then he might.
And vice versa. A lot of women in relationships that are on birth control.
Mm-hmm.
If their partner does not see the birth control, they don't really tell them that, well, hey, I'm on birth control.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, because a lot of times in relationships, you never know how that relationship is going to go. And
I
when
agree.
you talk too fast, when you tell too much too quick, and the relationship ends, they pretty much know all your business.
Well, okay. It
You don't
depends
tell
on
everybody your life story in 2 weeks.
life story. I agree, but it's certain things before we intimate. It's certain stuff you need to know.
Right, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Before
Yeah.
we smashing, then
Right.
certain
If you've
stuff you
ever
need to
had
know.
a sexual transmitted disease.
If you ever had a sex change, that would be very important because, hey, I can't imagine. But if I was to be with a woman and later she told me that she used to be a man,
Right.
I'm a killer. You better be honest right up front.
Again,
'cause-
these are comments from Doc, not
Yes.
Talk Show Kings.
Yes, the views expressed by Doc are Doc's
Absolutely.
views, not necessarily that of Talk Show Kings. However, I will blow your head all the way off because I'm not gay. I ain't mad at nobody who is, you know, do you? But I'm not gay.
Right.
And to me, if you were ever male, in my eyes, you're always a male, and I ain't with it. I have no
Okay.
desire to be intimate with you.
Right.
And I think that that's rape, and it should be what you call it? It should be a jail sentence behind that.
Okay.
That's what I think. If the person lives.
Right.
Yes. So,
Those are Doc opinions.
yes, those are about. So you telling me you meet a woman?
Right.
Now I know you're married, so
Absolutely.
this is definitely fictitious, 100%.
Right.
But you meet a woman, y'all hit it off, whatever.
Right.
You kiss her on the mouth, and then find out that she used to be a dude. How you feel about that?
Wow, that's a deep question.
Exactly. After I boiled my lips and
That's a
put
real
Clorox on them to
question.
sterilize them, trying to get that poison off, then I need to. I'm going hunting.
I would hope that God will give me some warning. That God will give me some warning signs. Before that happens.
Lifting the head up, rub now. Hey girl, what you, come here, let me see.
Minister Landon, look
Let
at
me
the
see your,
head.
let me see your
Look
birth
at the
certificate.
feet.
You
Look
got
at the
that?
hands.
Let me see your birth certificate. I need to see because that's where we're coming to.
Absolutely. and you got some men out there now that I mean look just like, you know, the opposite sex and carry themselves and dress themselves up and prepare themselves to look like a woman of distinction.
Whew, Father.
Yeah.
I can't imagine one fooling me to that effect,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I just hope I'm never crossed with that. You know what I'm saying?
absolutely.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. And again, I ain't got nothing against anybody. Do you? I just say that information needs to be disclosed before you.
Right.
Because I go to conversation with anybody. I don't care what your sexuality is, if you was a man, woman, anything else. If we just, you know, talking shit, I ain't got a problem with that. Excuse me, if we just holding a conversation. You know, shooting pool, whatever. It is what it is. But if we feeling each other, which just made me choke. If we feeling each other,
And you are a
and
certain,
you,
a
yes,
part
certain
of a
things I need to
community.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I can't see it.
Everybody's not of the same community.
Agreed.
So if you are of a certain community and you're proud of it, then let it be known.
Exactly. Like,
know?
okay, they talk about people who are we done went all off topic, but that ain't got that. Oh, that's
Right.
cool. I feel like you should be honest with whoever you
Right.
are. If
Right.
you are somebody who don't like me,
Right.
for whatever reason, I don't have a problem with that. Just don't disrespect me, and you ain't even got to talk to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But be honest enough to not talk to me
Right.
or whatever. Don't pretend that you do,
Right.
and you
Since
don't.
we are on the subject, I want to ask this question. We're going a little off the topic. In the news recently, Dwayne Wade's son Zion Wade is catching some heat because they had
Yeah.
a gay pride parade down in Florida,
And he was in it.
and he showed up at the parade with a full crop and wearing women's fingernails.
Didn't know that part.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
absolutely. And social media is killing him right now.
Well, you know, Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union support him,
Yeah,
which
absolutely.
I agree with. I ain't mad at him.
They're supporting 100%. I guess my question is, at what age? I mean, he's only 11 years old.
Exactly.
And I had this
Exactly.
conversation with someone. Are you born? And I heard a comedian say one time that we're giving these kids a bad rap, but a lot of them are born to be that way.
Okay, my scenario, the docism. At some age, me about 3 or 4,
Right.
I looked at a girl and something about her made me want to talk to her, touch on her, be around her, hear
Right.
her voice, so on and so forth. It just was an innate attraction. There was never a time when a girl and a boy were standing by each other and I had to look and decide which one I'm attracted to.
Right.
So I can't say that that same feeling didn't happen for a dude to another dude. I would just say that make sure that the dude you're attracted to has that same kind of desire or whatever that you do. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, even my dad disagrees with my theory on that one, but that's just how I feel about it. I don't feel like that I'm God and I have the ability to judge people.
Right.
Because, you know, even though I'm not homosexual, then I'm sure there's a bunch of sins I do, especially as far as driving, because I drive the speed limit every day.
Right.
But you get what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
I'm saying that, you know, I don't feel like I'm at a point where I can judge people for what they do.
Right.
So,
Right.
you know, do you?
Right. So
What's your
the
take
media-
on that?
Well, and I look at this young kid, and I can only say at 11 years old, you got to understand that 7 years ago, you was only 4 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So now 7 additional years, you're 11. And it was not in your, I don't think it was in his household because his daddy was an all-star
Mm-hmm.
basketball player. And the other 2 sons are not, you know, like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I just began to wonder, where did he see this from? And the only conclusion that I could come to is from TV, from the media, from probably family members or what have you, you know, that he just grew into it some kind of way.
But
'Cause
see,
you
that's
remember,
just
he was
it.
playing a little basketball himself at one time.
I mean, I don't see
Yeah.
why he can't still play basketball. However, he, you know, but that's just it. If it's innate, if it's something that just happens to him, then it ain't necessarily got to be he saw it somewhere.
Right.
That's just his attraction.
Yeah.
It was a picture of him with the nails on, and he's supporting his child.
Right.
Got to respect God's plan. A lot of people would argue on the God's plan part.
Is that God's plan?
I don't
mean,
know.
Is that what she said?
She said, got to respect God's plan. Like,
Yeah.
you know, if that's how he naturally feels, then God
Yeah.
created him just like he created all the rest of us.
Right. And I support whatever community, but I want to say this to the viewer that sent that in. You know, and you got to understand, you got to take it for what it's worth. When God created man, he didn't create Adam and Steve.
I've heard that a
He
lot of
created
times.
Adam and Eve. So you got to take it back from not right here, but take it all the way back from where it started from. And I don't think that it was in God's plan for any man, you know, to turn out the way they did. They just did, you know, over the evolution of time. You know, time tends to change. I mean, in our environment, if you've never had a cramp in your leg or you've never had a wrinkle, keep living. And you're going to get all of that.
All of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't prescribe to the same theology
Right.
as Minister Lundy.
Right.
And I believe that, well, there's no belief. The oldest bones that are ever found was that of an African female. I believe the female was here first. I believe that the female, the the black female specifically, is the mother of life. But if we go with a biblical sense, then God was here by himself. So that means even Satan was created by God. So all of the anomalies that come, they're God created.
Right.
And if he knew in the beginning everything that would happen, he knew of homosexuality, of transgender, and
Right.
so on and so forth. He knew that we had to go to break right now, and we didn't want to. And we'll be back momentarily
He
with
know
the
that
more
we'll be
Talk
back.
Show Kings. Thank y'all for joining.
Hi, I'm Chief Gary Sparks with the Douglasville Police Department. Today we want to give you some safety tips concerning traffic stops. Take a look.
So you look in your rearview mirror and see flashing blue lights. What do? Remain calm. Yield to the right and pull your vehicle over into an off-road area that is safe for both you and the officer. Put your car in park. Remove your foot from the brake and turn the radio off. Remain in your vehicle. Have your driver's license readily available for the officer. Keep your hands on the steering wheel, visible for the officer at all times. If you need to retrieve any items from the interior, explain what you're reaching for to the officer and avoid any sudden movements. Rolling the window down completely establishes a level of trust with the officer and allows for ease of interaction during the routine traffic stop. Be courteous and polite. Be cooperative and willing to follow the officer's instructions. During a routine traffic stop, the officer will return to his vehicle to run the tag and driver's license verification and complete a citation if one is necessary. Once the officer returns and approaches your vehicle, whether or not a citation or warning is issued, please remain calm, courteous, and cooperative. Sign the citation acknowledging you agree to appear in court, and do not dispute the citation with the officer. The officer will give you a court date to explain or defend your infraction.
Okay, ma'am. Like I told you, I did clock you at 51 in a 35 mile per hour speed zone. I did issue a citation, okay? This here is going to be your court date. I just need a signature from you stating that you received a copy of this citation, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Here's your driver license.
Thank you.
Along with a copy of the citation, okay? You have any questions or concerns for me?
No, sir.
Okay, well, you have a nice day, okay?
Thank you. You
Thank
too.
you.
Following these few simple steps will help ensure a safe interaction for both you and the officer.
I hope these few tips help you as it relates to dealing with law enforcement and traffic stops. Not only in traffic stops, but in all encounters with law enforcement. We hope that all our encounters are safe for the citizens as well as for our officers. Again, we want you to be safe, and if you have any problems with the Douglasville Police Department, don't hesitate to give us a call and make your concerns known. I would add that Georgia is a right to carry state, and we hope that if you are carrying, that on these traffic stops and all encounters, please let the officer know that you are carrying. This will ensure your safety and our officers' safety. Thank you, may God bless you, and may God keep our community safe. We are one.
How y'all doing? Y'all miss us because we missed y'all.
Absolutely.
We really did. And we back. We went from the male contraceptive. We got on a little bit on God's plan.
Absolutely.
And sure enough said he gave us free will, which was a bang up comment. I agree with you on that one. I ain't mad at you. But is that will? If it's I can't say my attraction to a woman is my will, that I want to be attracted to women. After I got to, after my life went a certain way, I didn't want to be attracted to nobody. I just wanted to do my own thing and be by myself. But, you know, it didn't last long. Nice little youngin' walked by, and I say youngin', I just mean a nice looking young lady. Grown, I don't play with kids. That ain't my role. But I'm just saying that, you know, why I gotta be so political? A nice young lady walked by, and I was attracted to her, and so on and so forth. But we going into another topic.
Okay.
What's that topic?
That topic is, how important is it for your significant other to get along with your family and visit during the holidays? Should they try, or is it okay by visiting your own family? Would you like to have each other for the holidays?
So,
and we want your comments. Well, we want you to let us know.
Yeah, you
is
show
it
up.
Okay for you to go to your family's house?
You show up to Christmas with your girl, and your mama say,
right.
What's she doing here? Or your mama say, hey, I want to come down for Christmas. And your girl look at you and say, she ain't coming to my house.
Right.
What the hell for think she? How that work? You know what I'm saying? How important is it for family and your significant other
to get along?
And I say girl, but ladies, there are no ladies on the show. So, you know, excuse me, how important is it for your man to get along with your parents, your mother and your father, or whomever raised you? Because some people are raised by aunts, uncles, grandparents. So whomever raised you or whomever you go see during the holidays, how important is it that your significant other gets along with?
I think it's very important, because if you take your girlfriend or your boyfriend around your family, a rapport should have already been built. Now, if this is an early relationship, then it probably too much won't be a problem, because they just meeting your new boo and they happy for you. But if it's someone that you've been dealing with and there's already drama or there's already issues that are involved, I think that maybe you should come to some kind of mutual agreement to say, well, hey, maybe we won't make it this year. Let's let everything clear, and we're on a good standard with everybody, because everybody just come to have fun.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, come to enjoy family, haven't seen family, and you want to enjoy your family. And I think that there should be no elephant in the room, period.
I feel you on that one. I'm a firm believer in respect.
Right.
Whether my family was to like my lady or not, they're not going to disrespect her. But my family has enough respect for me to know that. And I have enough respect for them.
Right.
Like, my family knows that America is a democracy, but my house is a dictatorship, and I'm an archbishop. Meaning that in my house, that my woman is the queen.
Right.
So if you come to my house, then you give her the respect of that this is hers. And if you don't like it, just don't come.
But what if you take her to somebody else's
And I was just going to go there.
Right.
At your house, she will give you the respect of, or we will give you the respect of, this is your house. If we don't like whatever your rules are, we won't come.
Right.
To me, it's quite that simple. But, you know, some people want to force relationships, and I'm not with that at all.
That was my thinking. And I was saying, you know, you really can't force anybody on everybody. For some apparent reason, your mother may not like your girlfriend.
Yeah.
Your father may not like your boyfriend. For whatever reason, they have their own reasons. But you cannot force them to accept them simply because they love you. And a lot of families, Doc, that's what they do. You know, this is my daughter, this is my son, and this is who they
choose to be with.
I'm gonna respect that, and I'm gonna take the higher road and accept them up to a certain point. Because a lot of parents, they see things that their children don't see in relationships, because they've been through those relationships, and they see the problems that can occur, and later on down the road, that will occur in that relationship.
May occur.
Yeah, may occur in that relationship.
Yes. Like, my thing is, though, as a person outside looking into any relationship, you don't know all of the specifics in there. So you want to give the person room at the same note you want them to know. Like, my daughter's boyfriend, he knows how I feel about him.
Right.
You know, whether I like him or don't like him, or trust him or distrust him or whatever. That's not even an issue. My only issue with him is, don't hurt my daughter.
Right.
And by hurt, I mean physical. I mean, you know, I understand that he may say something she don't like and vice versa. I understand that relationships go through that. But don't physically hurt my child, or I'm coming to see you.
Right.
You know, I mean, But I think that's how all men should be about their kids. Now, I don't know of a bunch of women that physically hurt men, but I think it's kind of like the man's choice to stay in it.
Right.
Because, I was in a relationship and I have gone through it, whatever, as in I wouldn't fight back or whatever.
Right.
But on that same note, it would have been very easy for me too.
Okay.
I didn't need anybody to come in to help me.
Right.
As to where if I had attacked her, she definitely would have needed somebody because,
Right. Now I'm asking this question right here.
Uh-huh.
If you know that there's some animosity or some rift between a family member, doesn't have to actually be the parents, could be an aunt, could be an uncle, and your significant other is tied into that. And you have an opportunity to just stay home. You all have a nice dinner, whether it be Christmas or New Year's or Thanksgiving. Y'all have a nice dinner at home. Would it be better to just stay at home and chill with your girl as opposed to going into what may possibly be drama?
Definitely.
Okay,
But I
absolutely.
mean, that's what I meant by the whole respect thing and the whole monarchy, as opposed to democracy. If you in your house, you and your whomever there
Right.
are nudist.
Right.
Y'all don't believe in clothes at all.
Right.
I don't have a problem with that. That's your house. Do whatever you want to do there. I'm just not coming over.
Okay.
If you come to my house,
Right.
my house is not a nudist colony.
Right.
So you will put your ass on some clothes when you come in my door.
Okay.
Before you come in my door.
Right.
It's quite that simple. Or don't come in the door. It's quite that simple to me. I don't understand how people get into these big rifts and this, that, and the other when the communication is not necessary.
Right.
I don't have to communicate. I can love you to death and never talk to you again.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I can love you with all my heart. But if there's some kind of whatever, it's cool.
Okay.
You stay in your ground, I stay on mine. I
Right.
still love you. I don't have any hard feelings towards you.
Right,
I just know that
absolutely.
we don't get along. So why would I put myself through that?
Absolutely. And to avoid that seems like the ideal thing to do. And everybody, this is a topic from our king. He's not here tonight, but this is a topic from King Robert, and we want to share this with you. Robert, if you're watching, we're trying to get comments.
Oh, he chimed in.
Please chime in and let us know and let King Robert know your feelings on this, because everybody is not for everybody, Doc.
Yeah.
And if you can avoid any type of situation, as a matter of fact, as we go deeper into the topics, I have a topic myself that I'm going to speak about and let you guys know what happened to me in my family situation this Thanksgiving holiday.
King Robert, why did you choose this subject?
Right.
I'm curious. Something happened down there in Albany, Georgia. I'm just curious.
Let us know, King Robert.
Yeah, what happened? King Takar, he watching us from Boston.
Boston.
Yeah, he up in there doing
Don't
his
eat too
thing.
much turkey, King.
I'm thinking he gonna do seafood. That's what he told me.
Oh,
to
yeah,
do.
that's
Man,
right.
if
Seafood, yeah.
Bruh, seafood? Man, I could do that year round. I could eat fish
Yeah.
every day. Okay, we done got off topic. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I got off. Okay, if your significant other does not get along with whomever,
Right.
then what do you do, if anything? To me, I think most problems can be resolved unless two people are just being stubborn and immature. Because most problems, only thing a person can give you is information.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Absolutely.
and if you giving me information that I don't want, I can ask you, to stop. I don't
Right,
want to
absolutely.
hear that. If you're giving me information that I can't use, okay, cool. In one ear and out the other, or sometimes not even in one ear. I just stare at you blankly, and when you finish, say okay.
Right.
Because what you're saying to me makes no sense. But I don't understand when people get all upset and this, that, and the other, and
Yeah.
I mean, especially when they get into physical altercations.
Right.
After you,
And-
14 years old, I feel like hey, you ought to
Absolutely.
be mature enough to.
And what I found out, people don't give people a chance, an opportunity. If you bring somebody new to the family, and you've been down with them for say 6 or 7 months, even a year, people still have not gave them that opportunity that they deserve to even find out, to get to know this person. Because when you get to know a person, then you'll find out then, Doc. He ain't here know nothing, or she ain't here know nothing.
But then some families have those beliefs.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I love my family to death, but a lot of my family prejudice to a certain extent.
Absolutely.
I mean, they're not going to go out and start anything with anybody. They're
Right.
not going to treat anybody badly.
Right.
However, if I was to bring a Caucasian female home,
Yes.
or to my sister's house,
Right.
and my mom and my sister was there, I just don't see that going well. I mean, I ain't mad at nobody, you know,
Right,
and
right,
me,
right.
I'm like, you know, I'm in a relationship with a African American
right,
female.
right.
But if I wasn't, and I was attracted to a Caucasian female, and she treated me right, and I treated her right, I don't see the problem in
I
it.
think a lot of families are like that, Doc.
Yeah. But I just
a lot
can't
of families just
imagine.
not ready for that.
Yes.
And a lot of families are, because I have several interracial relationships within my own family that we're real cool with. You know, everybody good along.
Exactly.
Nobody feels like they're superior over one particular color. You know, and we just come together as a family. And
fellowship.
outside of this isolated incident that recently occurred, you know, nothing really concerned or bother my family, you know, to my acknowledgement. But you got to understand that our job between ourselves and Talk Show Kings, we are broadcast journalists.
Yeah.
This is what we do.
Exactly.
We take the news, we take the entertainment, we take the sports, we take the politics, and we bring it to you so that we'll let you know what's going on.
Yes.
And if I wasn't a broadcast journalist, it wouldn't be my job to keep my personal aspect to the side when I know that the viewers that's watching us on a need-to-know basis need to hear what we got to say.
I agree. And we open up that whole topic of conversation.
Right.
There are a lot of conversations that need to be had that won't be had
That
until
won't be
somebody
had.
brings it forth.
And we have the platform to do so.
Exactly. Talk Show Kings.
Absolutely.
Having big fun out in TV 1061.
Absolutely. So Robert, like Doc said, call us. And
let us know what you
know how this situation is affecting you, because it seems like Doc got.
I want to know.
Yeah.
I want to know what's going on. I want to know. But do you think it's time to go ahead and because your topic falls right into this?
Absolutely. And
Okay.
my topic tonight is black on black crime. How do we within the family? I'm not talking about outside of the family. This is black on black crime within the family. If you'll notice that over the last several days you've been watching the news, there was a sheriff out of Covington, Georgia, that was gunned down by his 41-year-old nephew
Yep.
at a family gathering. Thanksgiving Day, I'm enjoying my family, beautiful family. There was a shooting incident at my family's Thanksgiving dinner. Black on black crime at its highest had taken place right within my family. So Doc, I have to acknowledge that, and I have a question that I want to ask the viewers, our watchers, Facebook, YouTube, and TV 1061 watchers. How do we try to eliminate that, Doc? And what can we do as a preventive maintenance to stop it from happening? Because a lot of lives was at jeopardy right there in that particular spot.
I agree. Like, my family is extremely tight-knit.
Right.
And I won't consider anybody's significant other an outsider.
Right.
But if you were to come to a family gathering of my family and any nonsense popped off, I think at that point everybody would galvanize and
Right.
it would really be a bad thing for whomever. But, you know, hopefully it wouldn't come to all of that. Hopefully
Right.
we could, you know, talk about it or leave or whatever else. But to me, the whole situation, we need to matter more to
Right.
each other.
Right.
And I wouldn't go black on black because I don't even believe that's realistic. People hurt people they're closest to. So
Right.
because black people are gathered together, that's whom they hurt. White on white. You have more white people in the concentrated area, so that's whom they hurt. And so on and so forth with every nationality, with every race.
Absolutely.
So, but inner family crime, like I've even, I even know of people say, well, you better not leave your kids around so-and-so because
Right.
you know he,
Right.
you know she,
Right.
you know, you better not, you know, so-and-so don't take no mess, they be done beat, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
Beat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, really? So you're right. That conversation needs to be had. That kind of stuff needs to be addressed.
Right.
And it don't need to be just swept under the rug like a lot of families do.
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot of families will
And-
know of a family member that's into nonsense, and they'll leave that nonsense out there until it affects them directly.
Right, and when it's swept under the rug,
Exactly.
what it does is it puts a danger into any family, because I feel that when it's swept under the rug, and in a lot of instances, this particular episode right here was swept under the rug because the family really didn't know anything about it, that events that happened days before this actually happened. And when it happened, you know, we was all in disbelief, and it wasn't a thing that happened right then and there. It was something that preluded over from a couple of days ago. And I just want the viewers to know that when you look into your family situations and you all in a gathering, pay very close attention and ask questions and just find out, you know, because a lot of time when you are at family gatherings and you meet people, hey, how's it going? Oh, it's going great. Oh, I can't complain. It won't do no good anyway. Well, sometimes when they tell you that, then they can complain.
Exactly, and they should complain.
Absolutely, and it is something that has taken place that they're just too embarrassed about. So families, what I'm saying is stop waiting till Thanksgiving.
Exactly.
Stop waiting till Christmas, or stop waiting till New Year's, and get better connected, better conform with your families. Call them on the phone and talk to them. A lot of times you just being nosy. No, it's not the point of being nosy. It's just that we want to know what's really going on, how you really doing. Because if we were better informed about what happened days before this incident took place, we could have said, hey, listen, I don't think you should be here.
Yeah.
I personally think that whatever happened Tuesday, I think you should leave. And I think a lot of things could have been avoided if we would have known.
I agree. I also think, though, how immature is a person to go to a family gathering
with a gun?
I ain't gonna say with a gun, 'cause I carry my gun everywhere, but with the intent, with if you get so mad that you're wanting to hurt somebody, especially a family member, and if you're with somebody, their family is your family.
Right.
So if you're so angry that you're willing to hurt somebody, you know you should leave, because somewhere in your mind it should click that this is not somebody I want to hurt.
Absolutely.
You know, by hurting them, I'm hurting my significant other, and I'm hurting this entire group of people. So, I mean,
this is a lifelong decision.
Exactly.
That you just made.
Exactly.
Because it's going to cause a rift. You probably could never go around that family again.
Probably.
Probably.
You better be on the run if it wasn't mine.
You could never, go back to where you were in the family with trust, with respect, with anything. That's done.
You let a temporary issue,
absolutely,
and you gave it a permanent solution.
Absolutely.
Because no matter what the disagreement is, the disagreement can be resolved. There's no need for
absolutely.
There's no need for physical pain. I mean, over a disagreement. If it's just a conversation, I get it. Now, there are some acts that I'm gonna be honest, I'm just not willing to forgive. You mess with one of my kids, and for the rest of my life, I'm trying to get to you. That's just me.
Right.
I'm not saying it's right. I'm not encouraging anybody else to do it, but I'm saying that to me, my daughters are everything. So if something happens to either one of them and I find out about it, my life is pretty much over, and I'm willing to accept that.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to protect mine with everything I am.
Yeah. And I think as a father, the protection of the daughter was firsthand in this incident, because there's no dad out there, at least I hope there's no dad out there that would not be willing to go through whatever
exactly
for his daughter, for his child, so to speak, but for his daughter, it's just so much that a man could say, well, I'm gonna be the better man or the bigger man.
There's no reason to put your hands on. If you angry with your woman, if you're in a relationship and you get angry with your woman, because we all do. To get violent is wrong. If you have to leave, leave. She might be angry that you went walking or went driving or whatever. If you even go to see somebody else, then break up with her. But to put your hands on her, then you wrong.
Right.
And I mean, I'm not gonna say any names, but I know a certain person who who actually punched this dude in the mouth. who was talking crap to his daughter and got up in his daughter's face.
Right.
He kept asking the dude to back up off his daughter. And I think the dude pushed her or something.
Right.
But once he touched her,
Oh, it was.
hey, Dad came to and said, hey,
absolutely.
You can call me old, you can call me whatever you want to call me, but you better not put your daggum hands on my child.
Absolutely.
And I commend him for it. I say he's a hero.
Yeah,
Like
I would like to give my family the uttermost shout out, the respect for holding it down, for holding it together, for doing what we needed to do to come together as a family. You know, it did not separate us. We stayed there the entire time until everything finally dissolved and we was allowed to go home, back to and fro our homes. I'm glad everybody made it back safely. Shakita, Dr. Freddie, thank you so much for the invite. I'm truly sorry that happened. Also to Minister Hurst, you know, Houston, thank you for being as wonderful as you were, you know, during that whole ordeal, and to my entire family. You know, that was support and love that we need. I really appreciate seeing that come from you all.
Minister Lundy, the thing about this is you didn't have to open up like you did.
Yeah.
So I want to give a thank to you. I want to say, you know, personally thank you, because you didn't have to share this.
Yeah.
But in order to let people know that it's not
absolutely.
just happening to you,
Absolutely.
you did.
Absolutely.
So we're saying that regardless of the situation, you're not alone. Nothing that you're going through on your own, and other
Right.
people don't go through. So don't be afraid to talk about it, and
Got
don't be
to talk
afraid
about
to seek whatever you need to resolve situations. Because when you let a situation foster, if you get a sore and you don't treat it, it might turn into an infection.
Right.
An infection, you can end up losing a limb.
That's right.
You know? I mean, so you want to treat it when it's early.
Stop it at the source.
Yes, and right now we're going to go on this break because it's kind of early, and we'll be back. Talk Show Kings.
Good afternoon. I'm Lieutenant Elmer Horn with Douglas County Sheriff's Office, and we're here in one of our communities, and Sheriff Pounds is here with us. And Sheriff Pounds is very involved in his communities, and he come out. We brought out our grill and our smoker so we can come out and help cook for this community. And Sheriff Pounds himself has come out and helped cook with us, and he's here to cook and help these folks today.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is one of the programs that I call Taking My Community Back. If you don't get out there and get involved in your community, you ain't gonna be able to get it back. And the sad part about it, we losing our young men at such a pace that it's unreal. We got to come up with something that will help us with these children. Got to. So this is what I'm doing. I love it. I'm out here in the sun. It's hot, but like I said earlier, we're gonna do these until we get that gap between law enforcement and the community bridge. We're gonna bridge that gap because we're gonna get out here, we're gonna shake hands, we're gonna find out if they got any kind of problem we can assist them with, and invite them to the sheriff's office and come to the roll call. Just come see what's going on at the office. Thank y'all so much for being here.
Thank you, Sheriff Pounds. And like I said, this is just one of many events that we bring this grill out to help with our communities and get involved. I'm here today at one of our community outreach days with our sound truck. And our sound truck is used for just what you see. We come out to community days, we play loud music, and be able to just have a good time with it and enjoy our community. At a sheriff's office, you get to see us in a little different light. We're not always out there writing tickets or locking people up. We come out to your community day and be a part of your day and help you celebrate your community. And this is just one of the ways that we can do that, was with our sound truck. We're here today in one of our communities. We brought our ice cream truck out. A lot of people like to laugh when I say the sheriff's office owns an ice cream truck, but this is exactly what it's for, is we bring it out to our communities. We give away ice cream. We don't charge for the ice cream. The ice cream is free. And we have partners in our businesses in our community that help pay for the ice cream so that we can give it away for free. And we give it away. We go to schools. This is just one of many events that we bring our ice cream truck to. We go to the school systems. We come out to community days, block parties. We just come out and see you and help you enjoy and celebrate your community. Thank you.
Welcome back to the final edition of this week's episode of
Yes.
Talk Show Kings. Being that it's the final edition, I want to give another shout out to our executive producer, Mr. Felix Washington, our production supervisor, our technical
Absolutely.
director, our dude who back there making stuff run, Mr. Marcus Givens, and Shantae Barksdale, who's our social media guru who gets everybody connected and lets you cats know what we're doing and where we're doing it. If you'd like to run a banner ad, then send an email to TV1061TV@gmail.com. You can hit the show up. If you like for the Talk Show Kings to show up at an event, let us know, because we're looking to do public appearances at this point in time, and we'll be happy to show up and show out. You know, I cut a rug a little bit, do my thing, you know. But we'd be more than happy to come out and speak at any occasion. So let us know if you want us to, if you would like for those things to happen. We're down to our final episode.
Right, not final edition.
Not final
just
edition.
Final episode for
Of
tonight's
this
show.
edition.
Absolutely.
We want to tap on Mr. Stephen Miller.
Right.
Now, if you don't know who Stephen Miller is, then I kind of dab into politics. I'm a firm believer in we should vote every time the polls open on every position.
Go vote.
Period. Vote every time. Well, Stephen Miller, he's a guy who told some congressmen that in order to get their views, they should go to these websites. And the websites were that of the alt-right, the white supremacists.
Right.
He is one of the firm believers of the child separation. He comes up with a lot of things to disenfranchise minorities. Now, Mr. Miller is Jewish. So anytime someone talks about him, they try to say, well, if you're talking about Mr. Miller, you're anti-Semitic, meaning that you dislike Jewish people. Because the man is Jewish does not give him an all pass that he can start being a white supremacist.
Right.
Being that the Nazi Party was what they did to Jewish people during the Holocaust, I think he would be an embarrassment to the Jewish community. I can't speak for the Jewish community because I'm not Jewish, but I would think that what he's doing is an embarrassment to them. And I just can't see it. If you have an opinion,
was he
then
a
let me
military
know.
of sort?
Not that I know of.
Okay.
Not that I know of. Like, I ain't gonna call nobody name, but
Right.
somebody had shin splints
Right.
and couldn't go to Vietnam.
Okay.
They couldn't go. They think they deserve a Purple Heart, though.
Right, right.
But they had shin
Shin
splints
splints.
and they couldn't go.
Right.
Yeah, they didn't get any medicine or any
Right.
treatment or anything. The shin splints just magically disappeared. Yeah, and they didn't go to the
We all
military
know
at all.
who that is.
I didn't say no names.
I didn't say
But he
that
had
name
shin
either.
splints and couldn't go. And Mr. Miller is behind the veterans
Right.
being deported. A lot of
Okay.
Hispanic and other nationality veterans come over and they
Right.
serve in our military.
Right. And he
they-
also separated families.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
He's one of the staunch Republicans who are into that child separation.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, he's one of the people. Yeah. Obama administration, they had that, but they tried everything first to keep that family together.
Right.
That was
Okay.
their first priority, keeping that family together.
Mhm.
But Mr. Miller is like, no, he wants to try to use that as a deterrent. Which,
So he has a lot of power.
oh, definitely,
In politics. then.
definitely, because he's been there for so long.
Right.
But a lot of congressmen are asking for him to be removed from office.
Okay.
And so because he's Jewish, they fell back on the anti-Semitism.
So he's
Yeah.
pulling the race card on.
Yes, basically.
Okay, basically.
And they're like, it has nothing to do with you being Jewish.
Right.
It has something to do with you being racist.
Right.
You know?
Absolutely.
And
Your way of governing. Your
exactly,
way of
your way of thinking
Absolutely.
is outdated and firmly wrong. I don't even know how to word it. I'm trying to find a politically correct way to say that, you know, it's wrong to be racist. But I would think in this day and age, I don't have to.
Right.
I mean, we all know. But if you have any opinions on that, then let me know what you think. Because when we don't vote, people like this stay in office for their entire lifespan. Like, we really need to be more involved in politics and know who we have in office and what their views and their beliefs are. Because
Whether
they're
you're
writing the
Democratic
laws.
or Republican.
Yes.
You know, vote. Still vote.
And I'm not saying anything negative about the Republican Party as a whole, because there are some Republicans that have good views, in my opinion, for America. It shouldn't be that you automatically say, well, this person's Republican, or this person's Democrat, or this person's independent, so I should vote for them. No, you should see what that individual person, what the views they're pushing, and if you agree with it, then you know, that's the person that you vote for. But it should be a belief, not just because they're a certain party. Don't believe in a party, believe in a person. And if that person does not try to pass laws that support your views, then next time you vote, you should vote against them, regardless of party. It shouldn't be about party.
And make sure that your views line up with their views.
Exactly.
And if they don't, then you should be looking at voting for someone else's
Getting
views
their
that
butt out
does
of there.
line up with your views.
I agree.
What I notice is, and we speak about this on the earlier show, that a lot of people that vote Democrat have no earthly idea why they vote Democrat.
Exactly. Other than
It's
they've been
because my
told to do
mother
it.
has that-
Exactly.
My mother was a Democrat. My brother was a Democrat. My sister was a Democrat. What does Democrat stand for? I have no idea. Is Democrat the donkey or the elephant? You know, but they're still a go vote. You know, don't know what is the donkey or the elephant.
I will admit
Got
that.
to have views when you
Yes.
voting for these people.
I will admit that most of my views align with either independent or Democrat. I will admit that. However, it's not because they're independent or they're Democrat. It's because I believe that Congress should have term limits. It's because I believe that big business should not run America. That the people should run America. We should do what's best for all of America, not just these humongous companies. I mean, a company that's making trillions of dollars shouldn't be tax exempt.
Absolutely.
You know, that's how I feel. Because believe it or not, everything the government does, every dime the government spends, comes from taxes. The government is not a wealth generating entity. Everything they're doing from the taxes that they collect from us. So if these trillionaires or companies that make trillions of dollars and the billionaires that are now tax exempt, if they're not contributing, where do you think their share comes from? It's going to come from us, the poor people.
They're from the poor people.
Nancy Pelosi said that she wanted to do a 2-cent tax on every, like, billion or something to that effect. It was, you know, a person who's extremely well off, but 2-cent tax on every so many millions of dollars that they have. 2 cents on every $1 million, and people lost their mind. And she was saying, with that being done, that 2 cents that she could pay for education across the board. She could almost pay for healthcare. That blew my mind. 2 cents. That blew my mind.
On billions of dollars, that is a lot of money, though, if you really look at it.
Why does one person need $1 billion? I mean, what, your 12 Lamborghinis, you need 13, 14 more? Really? I mean, then they have kids that can't eat because of lunch debt.
And these are Democrats.
I don't know about that one. When people say that, okay, well, Democrats, the African Americans voted for Democrats, and Democrats have had rule for so long, and what have they done for the African American community? I say that's nonsense, because if you know about politics and you know about the African American community, more than half of the African American population lives in the South. The South is almost always run by Republicans. So the laws that's passed, the things that are voted for in the South, are basically Republican run. So, you know, that whole little nonsensical argument, yes, the president has been Democrat at different times, so on and so forth. But if you're a congressman, if your senators aren't, you'd be surprised at how much power they have. The president can't write a law.
And the thing about it is, your vote either put them in office or your vote kept them out of office.
Yes.
And
vote.
if you have that same approach, they have a bipartisan approach in Congress, in government. And by having that bipartisan approach, it means that the same strategic values and ways that they are accustomed to doing, they're perpetuating the cycle. Which means that bipartisan, they're doing the same thing that they was doing 10 years ago, and they're trying to inform it and make it happen now. And
bipartisan, it means that if you're a Democrat and I'm a Republican, we work together.
Absolutely.
And I believe in that. I believe that regardless of who you are, you need to try to work together to do what's best for the American people. And what's best for us is that we end the show. I don't want to, family, because I like talking to you cats. Thank y'all for joining us. Hopefully y'all join us next week and tell others about us. Hey, we're out. Talk Show Kings.
Absolutely.
I want to give a shout out to baby girl. I love you with all my heart. I want to give a shout out to my family. My grandmother's 91st birthday.
Happy birthday,
was
Granny.
last Friday. So hey, 91 years, 5 generations still on this planet. Thank you, Father. Much love, family.
All right, and I want to give a shout out to my mother, Miss Geneva Huff Lundy. Also, my family, my siblings, the Houston family, Shakita, the Batiste family, my family, who I love you so much, my aunts, my uncles, my plethora of cousins and friends, my church, and my support of my life, my beautiful wife, Natalie Lundy. Thank you so much. And I just love you to my fans, our fans that watch Talk Show Kings every day. Continue to support us, continue to watch us, and we'll see you next time.
See you next time.
One love.
Man, that young love you got, man, I love seeing that.
Talk Show Kings.
TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond.